Hi Pisces, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. So this is on your 15th to the 21st of July 2019 week ahead reading. So we're doing the weekly check-in, looking at who you are, Pisces, through the week. And the theme of the week, we go to my favourite deck at the moment, the Tarot of the 78 Doors. Key goals for the week, obstacles that you're going to need to overcome, and major accomplishments. We go to the Mystic Mondays Tarot, one of my new, well, it's not really a new deck, it's about 3 months old. Might be actually 4 months old, 5 months old, but when I got it. But it's by Grace DeWong and it's phenomenal. Oh, I love this deck so much. One of the newest ones, I think 2 month old, that I got this about 2 months ago. What to avoid, what to embrace, and where you need to find support if you need it. Neo Tarot by Jericho Mandy Burr. Love, love, love this deck. It's just, these two I really love, is just incredible. And finally, for your spiritual advice and guidance for the week, guys, we're going to use the Answer is Simple Oracle deck by Sonia Choquette. 15 cards reading afterwards. Any other information for general love and work and money we use, I'll show you what we'll use for that after we finish this one. Okay, so things are always getting onto, you know, I have different spreads that I put onto the different covers I put onto my table, but this one always seems to get bits on it, and it's just freshly washed. It's quite annoying. Anyway, that's by the by. Let's get on. So, Pisces, you are showing as being, oh, the Eight of Cups. I mean, you've left something behind. There's no doubt about this particular card. And the one thing I really like about the Eight of Cups is that we, you know, within the tarot, we can choose the words that we say. So we can choose to interpret a card in a negative way or in a positive way. And how I choose to see this card is that, you know, what you're leaving behind doesn't look so bad. There's roses, I don't know what these are. Is it daffodils? Or there's lovely flowers in the garden. I'm not a garden person, so I don't really know about flowers, but there's some lovely flowers here. But I feel that it almost feels, when I look at this deck, and this is what I love about the tarot so much, especially the newest kind of more modern decks that have come out, like the Tarot of the 78 Doors, is that this is why I love tarot, and this is why I feel so passionate about it. It's not for me about reading cards the same old way. That bores me. What excites me about the tarot is about getting decks that challenge the way that you see things and that challenge the way that you view things. And, you know, it's very easy when you're learning tarot to get caught up in the same old, you know, combinations and, you know, keyword combinations. And if this is next to this, then this means this and blah, blah. But it's all crap, because it's a very kind of, to me, it's a very subjective kind of tool. The tarot is. It's about what comes from you. How do you see the cards? And usually if you're a professional tarot reader like me and you're interpreting and you're doing lots of readings with different clients, what happens is that usually your interpretation of something is going to be right for that client. And I read via, you know, obviously what I know about the cards, so what I've learnt. So you have to have a grounded learning in the cards. But also it has to be my intuition and those images, which is why I don't buy anything like Pip decks or, you know, the Marseille decks. I always get decks that are either Rider-Waite clones or that have very strong imagery on them. And, you know, what's in front of this, I mean, it's funny because the one thing I've really kind of interested in with tarot as well is looking at what different images mean on the cards. What I'm seeing is somebody who's walking out of the gates. And they're definitely walking out of them. They're not walking into them, they're walking out of them. And this is you. Pisces, you're looking ahead and you are following your intuition, but it looks to me like this is a week about seeking out new opportunities. Now ahead of you there are mountains. So mountains on cards usually mean obstacles. So I feel that, and because you're looking at those mountains, you're very aware that this is not going to be an easy ride. So some of you guys are kind of like, yeah, I've got these obstacles ahead of me. I want a new opportunity. And I feel that just looking at this card as well, where we're seeing that there are these beautiful flowers and the paving is gorgeous. I get the impression, Pisces, that wherever it is that you're walking away from, probably for some of you guys, either wasn't so bad or it just became too safe. And for some of you guys, you're kind of like, this has become too safe for me right now. I need a new direction. And, you know, often when we're doing that and we're walking out of something, for example, you're in a job and it pays you, I don't know, $100,000 or pounds a year. And you're like, you know what, I'm really bored with this. I get paid with loads of money, but I need the challenge now. So you guys, and actually, when I think about the mountain now, mountains are obstacles and they're challenges. So you guys are looking for a challenge. And I do feel that because you're looking directly, your head is up, you don't look afraid, you're putting one foot in front of the other, and you look very assertive where you're going, Pisces. Really, I feel that you guys are leaving behind what is safe, the garden, the beautiful flowers, and you're looking for a challenge. So I feel that the week is all about you guys looking for it. This is you guys looking for a challenge. What's the theme of the week for you guys? The King of Swords is the theme of the week. So, I mean, it could be, Pisces, that this is an individual. That is the theme of the week. It could be about a person. Who is the King of Swords? Well, the King of Swords is diplomatic. He's usually quite fair. He's usually quite intelligent. This person's quite conversational. But you'll see on this card, he's a doctor. Right, I've seen a lot of reviews for this deck, and a lot of people are saying that the King of Swords is this geezer here in their reviews, and I'm like, no, he's not. This is the King of Swords. That's definitely, that can't be the King of Swords. King of Swords isn't in a King of Swords is the doctor. He's the psychotherapist. He's the person that's going to come with his dark bag and say, how are you getting on? Okay, he's a professional guy. So, you know, some of you guys are looking for a challenge here. The theme of the week is the King of Swords. So it could be a person, yes. But outside of it being a person, the theme of the week, when you look at court cards, you don't always read them as people, guys. You can read them definitely as energies. Now, who is the King of Swords? So King of Swords is ruled by air, but all kings are rooted in earth. So earth is about things that take shape, they take form. It's not just about material and wealth, but it's also about things that literally take form. The tarot cards are earth. You know, table is earth. It's the experience. It's what we hold. It's food. It's health. It's all of those things. It's the human body. Some of you guys, it could be, because it's actually about the King of Swords, the theme of the week. When I talk about it, the king's being rooted in earth. So, right, we've got a king who's rooted in earth, but his ruling, his ruling sign is his ruling element is air. So air represents communication, struggles and ideas, but this is an idea, okay? And then you've got the third element of the kings, which is that they take action in the outside world. So what's happening here is, the theme for the week could be that you guys have formed an idea, so form being the earth, the idea being air, and then what you want to do is you want to take it out and put it out into the world. So the theme of the week is about an idea that you guys are actually kind of going ahead with, okay? You're going to live that idea, you're going to experience it, and you're going to put it out in the world. Well, that would make sense, because this is about you guys following your passion. This is about you guys seeking the opportunity to experience a new challenge. And the idea that you're forming here as the King of Swords energy and putting out into the world, Pisces, is exactly what you're facing here. You know that this is going to be a challenge, but you guys are kind of like, I'm really tired of playing it safe. And I think that some of you guys are really tired of playing it safe, and you're looking for a new challenge. What is the key goal for the week for you guys? The moon is the goal. Okay, so you know the moon card is means many things. The moon card means our subconscious, so it's what's going on behind the scenes. The moon card is all about your deepest desires with the moon energy. The moon card can be about deception. The moon card can be about things that are hidden. The moon card can be about emotional turbulence, things that are up and down. The moon card can be about a month, all right? So it might be the key goal is to maybe achieve something within a month as timing, with the moon energy showing up here. But if you look at this lady here, I'm just going to take a look at this card. Can you see that she's kind of sitting and she's looking at the moon? She's sitting and she's sitting on a mountain, and it just, looking at this card, it's almost, you're walking out of the gates and you're looking at the mountain, Pisces, and you're kind of saying, you know, I've formed this idea and I really want to, you know, put it out and experience it with the King of Swords energy. And therefore, what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of leaving behind what I now know to be too safe. And, you know, I've got a handle on this thing. But remember, the eights mean changes as well. So with the Eight of Cups, it's about change. So you guys are looking for change and you're looking for new opportunities and you're looking for new challenges because you're facing into the mountain. You're going to walk and you're going to go up the mountain. Well, it might be with the Moon card. The key goal is to get to the top of that mountain. Okay, so to surmount the challenge, to get over the challenge as well, because she's on top of the mountain looking at the moon. I feel with the moon energy being about our deepest desires, our deepest dreams, our deepest wishes. Okay, I feel that the key goal for the week could be perhaps to get closer to that, because if I look at this woman here, she looks very close to that moon. Very close to the moon. I think the moon is ruled by Pisces and Cancer anyway. Or mainly by Cancer, I think, but I think it might be ruled also. It's been known to be ruled by Pisces. So this is all about you guys getting closer. Can you see how you sit aloft the mountain here and you're very close to the moon? So I think some of you guys, your key goal might be to get very close to this dream. Now we looked at the obstacle. We're going to look at what you need to overcome for the week. Obstacles, and 4 cards came out. So let's start with, I hope it's 4, yeah. 2 of Swords in the reverse. 2 of Swords in the reverse is about making those decisions, because in the upright it's about indecisiveness, but 2 of Swords in the reverse is about making decisions. So I feel that you need to overcome the obstacle of making a definitive decision, because I feel that this is you guys. You have this kind of, you're very focused on moving towards new opportunities, but you are wanting to, you know, experience new challenges because you're walking away from the flower bed. Things have become too comfortable for some of you Pisces and you're looking for a new challenge. You've formed an idea here that you want to put out into the world with the King of Swords. Could also be the theme for the week is a person as well. But I feel that your key goal is to surmount the mountain and get closer to your dream with this person on the mountain looking at the moon. So what you need to overcome is making a definitive decision, because some of you guys may still be in a dilemma. You might still be like this, and the obstacle that you need to overcome is overcoming that dilemma that you have with the 2 of Swords. So 2 of Swords reverse, making a definitive decision. 8 of Swords energy showing up here as well. So the obstacle you need to overcome is confusion and fear with that 8 of Swords energy, and allowing your thoughts to hold you back and keep you stuck in the flower bed rather than following your passion and kind of looking for a new challenge. The other obstacle is the Knight. So you've got a lot of fear. See, you got a lot of fear and you got a lot of worries. Possibly it could be about money and resources. Queen of Coins, because the Queen of Coins is all about money and resources. And it's about what you're holding. So some of you guys are kind of like, well, the obstacle that you need to overcome is making a definitive decision. 2 of Swords reverse, because some of you guys are really scared. 8 of Swords, and you're allowing your ideas, your fearful self-talk and fearful ideas to hold you back here. And some of you guys are really worried and really scared about money and jobs and work and just being comfortable and secure, and also making sure that you're bringing the money in and, you know, sustaining security for the family, which is what the Queen of Coins actually does. What is the major accomplishment that you could be making this week? Well, 10 of Wands is perseverance. 10s usually represent completion, but the 10 of Wands for me isn't about completing anything, to be perfectly honest with you. Because when you get the 10 of Wands, it's a burden that you're carrying on your back. And what you're accomplishing with the 10 of Wands energy is the ability, I think, with this 10 of Wands to persevere, to keep on going with that 10 of Wands energy. You're carrying a heavy load. And what you're accomplishing as well, because this is work orientated, the 10 of Wands, some of you guys might be accomplishing, you know, finally reaching a deadline, for example, with the 10 of Wands. This might be in your career, in your work, or if you have to get something done on time. Pisces with the 10 of Wands energy, or what you're accomplishing is, you know, the strength or feeling stronger, or kind of an understanding of that you were, you know, more stronger than you ever thought that you were before, because the 10 of Wands is about a big kind of what's the word I'm looking for, a huge weight that one is carrying on their back. But what you're accomplishing is the ability to carry a huge weight on your back for some of you guys. okay? And you are carrying this huge weight. You're not breaking underneath it. You're sustaining it, and you're able to carry it. So you're able to carry whatever this huge, and I think the weight of the weight that you're carrying with the Ten of Wands, Pisces, is the fact that some of you guys, the obstacle that you need to overcome is to make a definitive decision, because some of you guys have these negative kind of ideas that you are, you know, that you're trapped, that you can't move, and you're worried, and it's probably because you're worried about money. But what you're accomplishing is being able to hold this up with the Ten of Wands energy. You're not crumbling underneath it, which to me kind of says, well, if you're able to sustain this energy and still persevere in terms of whatever this direction is, you're not going to allow these fears really to overcome you. What is that you need to avoid? Waiting around. It's called the Hanged Woman. But just waiting around. Just waiting. Just waiting. Because that's the Hanged Man, Hanged Woman. Just leaving things in suspense and not doing anything about it with the Hanged Woman. So, you know, the Hanged Man, Hanged Woman can become lazy. That's the thing with the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is not just about kind of, you know, just sitting and waiting and, you know, taking a step back to review situations. The Hanged Man is also, Hanged Man, Hanged Woman, sorry, is also a card of laziness. And because somebody gets so comfortable in their position that they're like, and you know, the fact that the Hanged Woman, Hanged Man is upside down says, well, I'm in an awkward position, but I'm kind of like, well, you know, it's not so bad. I'm used to it now. And the awkwardness that you guys are in is the flower bed, because that's where you want to leave. You guys are comfortable in a situation, but it's become quite awkward, I think, with the Hanged Man, Hanged Woman energy. But what you want to avoid is just kind of staying there, staying put with the Hanged Man, and just kind of just being really slow, because cards within the tarot that show people who are just moving really, really slow, Knight of Coins, Hanged Man, Hermit, those types of cards, just like, oh man, a High Priestess, another one, you know, this isn't going to change, this isn't moving. So really, this is all about being proactive. It really is. What is it that you need to embrace? The Four of Wands, can you see that they're dancing and they're joyful? You need to embrace happiness, and some of you guys need to embrace your families and your friends. But the Four of Wands is a card that says, you know, we've accomplished something, but there's more that needs to be done. So I feel that you need to embrace this week your family, your friends, your children, your loved ones, the time that you spend with people, the time that you spend in, you know, in trivial pursuit with your friends and that type of thing with the Four of Wands, because it's a card of celebration. So you guys need to just celebrate life as well with the Four of Wands energy. But also I think that you need to embrace the idea that whilst you've accomplished much with the Four of Wands energy, especially in that flower bed, there is more to be built. And where you're going to build it is with the person walking out of the gates and looking to find more challenges. And where can you find support if you need it? Oh my God, you've got the Eight of Cups again. Look, you've got the same card. This is why I like using different cards. Because if I get the same card showing up in another deck, I know it really means something. Where can you find support if you need it? I feel that you can find support where you need it away from where you are. Okay. Because the Eight of Cups on this particular deck shows this person who's going uphill. They're not going downhill, they're going uphill. They are striving for something else. They're looking for new opportunities. And who knows where, you know, what's on the other side of the Eight of Cups. But this is, you can find support from people who can give you, you know, different experiences. You find support outside of your comfort zone, I feel here. Because this person here, for whatever reason, with the Eight of Cups on this deck especially, is the Eight of Cups are you know, they're not synchronized. So this person's walking away from emotional dissatisfaction. They're done with these 8 cups. And what they're looking for is a new opportunity. So you can find support if you need it outside of a situation that you've been in, I think, with the 8 of Cups energy showing here. Finally, what's the spiritual advice for the week? You are safe. And I really feel that this correlates to this energy here, where it's saying here that the obstacle you need to overcome, guys, is the Two of Swords. You know, decision. I read the Two of Swords in the upright indecision. The Two of Swords in the reverse is about making a definitive decision. It's a truce card. So the obstacle you need to overcome is about making a definitive decision, because some of you guys with the Eight of Swords, you are worried and you're scared, and you've got a lot of negative thoughts and that are holding you back with the Eight of Swords, and you're very worried about money and sustenance and stability and security, and so providing that probably for your families and that type of thing, but mainly probably for yourself as well. And also here where you need to avoid just sitting back and doing nothing with the Hanged Woman energy, and you're probably doing those things because you don't feel safe. You think, shit, if I do this, if I want to go for a new challenge, because you know my flower bed is fine, everything's, you know, everything's cool, I've got, you know, good living here, and I've got a, you know, maybe it's a safe job, or maybe even it's, you know, it's a safe relationship or whatever it is, and you know, maybe, you know, you've got good stuff going on with, you know, with your partnership, with your relationships, and you're in a good, you know, you're in a marriage, but maybe you're bored, maybe things have become just too predictable. And I just get the impression here in these cards that what you're looking for is the unpredictable, and you're looking for a challenge, Pisces, but you guys are afraid about, because the Queen of Coins is a money card, and the Queen of Coins is all about your resources and being secure financially and being, you know, feeling valued and feeling safe and all the rest of it, you know. And you might just feel like, shit, well, what if I leave and this happens, and I've, you know, I've got no money, and I've got no secure job, and I've got no secure relationship, and I, you know, you need to avoid just kind of hanging around because of those reasons, because the universe is saying, look, you're safe. In other words, you are protected. You are protected, because you're making a decision, I feel, Pisces, that is the right thing to do. I think it's the right thing, and I think it's the right time. And even here I feel when it says, you know, where can you find support? Well, you can find it outside of the thing that you don't want. You can find it outside of the rose bed, outside of, you know, the Eight of Cups, the place that you've been used to being for so long, but doesn't really satisfy you, because this is emotional dissatisfaction. And though there's, you know, the very nice roses here, again, you're looking for another challenge because things have become far too secure here. And that in itself is saying, I've got stuff, but I'm emotionally dissatisfied with it. Just know that you're safe. All right, let's do you quickly your 15 card reading, guys. I really love these decks. Oh my god, I just love these decks. They are everything to me. I have about 250 now, and they're my babies. I come home and I just look at them and I'm like, oh man, I love these decks so much. Anyway, we're going to use for your 15 card reading the Druid Craft Tarot deck by Philip and Stephanie Cargam, illustrated by Will Worthington. And we are going to use for your spiritual guidance the Angels of Abundance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue. Okay, there we go. Let's make a start. Let's have a little looky here. So any other general energies coming in? We do have the Magician, which is nice. This could be communication. It's ruled by Mercury. So Magician is all forms of communication, written, text, email, verbal communication. You might be dealing with a Gemini or a Virgo individual with the Magician, or something is manifesting out of the blue. Because magicians, when they show up as well, it's just like, bam, something's just happening. It's just manifesting. It's coming in out of the blue. Oh, the Hermit. Okay, so this is really interesting, because this is Gemini and Virgo, and this is Virgo energy, which is really interesting here. You can see that the Hermit's looking in at the Magician, and Hermits are X-rays. They're X-ray machines. They're always kind of looking and discovering and researching with the Hermit energy. The Magician is creating. Can you see how he is showing something? I want to have a look at these two cards together. Do you know what I think here? Look at these two. And remember, I'm not one of those readers that's going to read combinations like the traditional way that some readers. I don't do that type of shit. Look at their faces. I think that you're going to see somebody for who they truly are. Can you see that Magician's face? Look at his face. He's like, wham, look at me. He's like, look at this. Because he's a presenter. So sometimes the Magician can show up as somebody who's putting on a face, but it's not truly who they are. So this is also a card about somebody who's presenting an illusion. Can you see him? And the Hermit, can you see how the Hermit's looking grimacing over at him? Can you see those pictures? And he's like, no, I can see you for who you are. So I feel that some of you guys are actually discovering, Pisces, this Magician. I think this is you, the Hermit. And I think that you're looking in at this Magician, and I think that you're actually discovering somebody for who they are. Because the lamp, you're pointing your lamp, and when the lamp is pointing towards a card, it's discovering it also. It's not just following it, it's discovering it. And remember, Virgo, the Hermit, it's an X-ray. So the Hermit, the lamp is the X-ray. It's showing things up, and it's showing this person for who they are, which is interesting. And by the look on the Hermit's face, he doesn't look too impressed. So I feel that some of you guys are seeing somebody for who they are. You're seeing that this person's a showman. You're showing that you're seeing, and also the Magician is an actor within the tarot. He tends to put an act on. So I think that you're seeing, probably it could be for the first time, but I think that you're definitely kind of discovering and learning that somebody's been putting an act on. Somebody's been pretending something here. Okay. Hermits are also guidance as well. They're counsellors and they're teachers and they're guidance. The Magician is all about tools. Okay. So are you learning how to use a tool? Are you learning how to be confident and use the tools that you've got? Because the Magician is about being confident. The Magician is about having the tools and having the resources. For some of you guys with the Hermit energy, maybe this is something about learning in terms of the Magician, how to use your resources, how to use your power. Some of you guys might be learning how to use your power. Some of you guys might be going to an expert as well. The Hermit represents an expert. The Magician is somebody who has expert advice to give. They're both experts, so there might be something about an expert that some of you guys are dealing with this Magician and the Hermit energy. Also, what strikes me with the Magician is things happen instantaneously, but the Hermit energy represents things that are very slow. So something that's instantaneous slows down, perhaps, could be as well. But I do feel that some of you guys looking at those cards, you're discovering who somebody is. I feel that also with these two cards showing up here, Pisces, skills, resources, talents, that might be being discovered actually, because the Hermit is discovering. So some of you guys, it might be that you are the Magician and your skills, your talents and your abilities are being discovered. Could be being discovered by an expert with the Hermit energy. So it might be your skills are being discovered as well with the Hermit energy, or maybe you're kind of being taught or guided how to use your abilities with this Magician energy, your power. What's the next card showing up here? The Two of Swords. So Two of Swords is being faced with a decision, or it's blocking your heart, or it's a lack of communication. Okay. Some of you guys discovering someone for who they are and deciding to block them with the Two of Swords, block communication. Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a relationship, but you seem to be blocking someone out or blocking a relationship, or you're not talking to someone. Oh, it's a King of Cups. Four of Wands and the King of Cups. Some of you guys are blocking out a... I don't think this is you. This is someone you've been going out with, or someone you might have been dating. Four of Wands is a marriage card, union card, but you need... often I find with the Four of Wands, you need cards like Justice or the Hierophant to indicate a marriage. I think this is someone you've been seeing. I think... You know what I think is happening here? For some of you guys, it looks like love to me. I mean, we could definitely go with the idea that you guys are the Magician, you've got skills, talents. Some of you guys are discovering, or some of you guys, somebody's discovering your skills and your talents. Okay. Yeah. I was just thinking about something else for a moment there. It might be that your skills and talents are being discovered by a Hermit, but I also feel that it could be that your Hermits are guidance as well. Some of you guys are receiving guidance on Magician energy, perhaps the powers, the skills that you have, for example. The Hermit, though, for me, more looks like you are discovering, you're finding out. Because can you see his face? Look at the Magician's face. His eyes are so wide, and he's like, he looks like, fuck. It's almost like walking in a room and seeing someone do a funny dance, and they're like, oh shit, I've been caught. Can you see him? Can you see the Hermit's face? He's like, what are you doing? He looks really like he's grimacing. I get the impression that you guys are discovering someone's bullshit with this magician energy showing here. And you decide to block them out. Four of Wands. You decide to go take the... because the Four of Wands is about taking things to the next stage. So some of you guys, because you're discovering that somebody's a bit of a bullshitter, the Hermit, the Magician is a bullshitter in the tarot. He's got the gift of the gab. He dresses really well. Can you see how funky this guy is dressed? He dresses really well, got the gift of the gab, looks beautiful, all the rest of it. Look, he's absolutely stunning, isn't he? I know he's got a beard and he's got a beer belly, but he's got a nice face and stuff. Can you see that? But look how he's dressed. He's a really kind of a very dynamic individual. Okay. He's very dynamic. That's the Magician. But I don't think that you're discovering how dynamic this person is, because the look on the Hermit's face suggests to me that you're pissed off. Look at the Hermit's mouth. Can you see? He's got a grimace. Look at that. See that? Look at how the Hermit looks at the Magician. He's like, I think that you're discovering somebody's been doing something, because the Magician creates an illusion. The Magician can create this out of thin air, but because it's ruled by Mercury, it's communication. And what happens with the Magician, they can literally tell a lie and flip it. Or they can tell you stuff and it sounds like the truth, but it's not the truth. So I think that you're discovering with this Hermit, somebody who's been saying something to you. I think you've been discovering that this Magician has not been telling you the full truth. I think you're discovering that somebody's been telling you a little bit of a porcupine. And what you decide to do is you decide to block this person out. To block out the idea of taking a relationship with the King of Wands, King of Cups, sorry, to the next stage. There's somebody here, I think, that you're going to kind of like be saying, no, this person's a bit of a bullshitter, they're a bit of a liar, and I'm not taking anything to the next stage with this individual. What's going on in love? Because that felt like love to me. What's going on in love? Right, you've got an Emperor showing here now. So this could be an Aries individual, but usually this is a very strong, very authoritative, usually male, because he's called the Lord. Six of Wands. I see a very, I'm not going to call him, I think this person might be quite arrogant. I think this, but I get the impression, if you look at the Six of Wands, can you see how he's approaching the Emperor? This is either a very arrogant individual, I think, is around you guys in love. I don't think it's success. It doesn't feel like that, judging by the look on these faces. It just doesn't feel like a successful love relationship. I get the impression that there's a person around you, they might be very arrogant with that Six of Wands energy. This person might be a bit of a show-off. And can you see how he's got his foot up like that? He's kind of like, yeah, I'm the ish, look at me, yeah. Yeah. This person also, I get the impression, might have a lot of followers as well. I think that this is, I don't think it's you approach, I think this person has a lot of followers. So I'm seeing a person around you, quite arrogant, probably got a lot of followers, a lot of admirers. Six of Wands is admirers. I'm seeing someone around you who's got a lot of admirers. I think this person, it's either that you're weighing them up, Pisces, or this person is weighing you up. This person has a lot of admirers, I think. They might also be playing the field with that Two of Coins energy showing up here. Playing the coin, but playing the field, Two of Coins energy is coming to an end with the Death energy showing here, Pisces. Let's have a look at the last card. Relationship over, done. Ten of Swords. Death and the Ten of Swords. Whichever way around you get those cards, it's done, it's finished, it's finito. It's final. Both cards represent absolute ending and finality. I think it's over here. And this might be correlating in this area here, Pisces, where we're seeing you discovering somebody's, you're calling out someone's bullshit, basically. You're the Hermit. And I think that you kind of do it very, very covertly. Because if you look at the Hermit, he's got a shroud on and he's got a hood on. And he's got and if you look at but he's discovered you. Can you see how he's looking? He's like, oh, he's like really surprised. Can you see that? How surprised he is. Look. He's like, it's almost like you've just walked in on him doing a dance and you didn't expect it. I think this is a surprise that comes to this person. I think you guys are discovering someone's bullshit and they're like, they know they've been called out. It looks like you're doing it covertly, but they know. They know. you'll call them out. Some of you guys are calling this individual out, and you're deciding to block out any idea of trying to build a secure relationship, move a relationship to a next stage with the King of Cups. I think this King of Cups, for some of you guys, is this Lord stroke Emperor. And the thing that you're discovering, the bullshit that you're discovering from this person, is that this person has a lot of admirers, or this person looks for lots of people. This person could be on social media. So you might actually be discovering that this person's been talking to lots of people on social media. They're playing the field with the Two of Coins energy, and it might be because of that energy showing there, you decide to end it with the Death and the Ten of Swords. You're done, you're finished. You're not in it with this individual for game. You're in it because you want a lifelong partner. A lot of you guys are looking for a lifelong partner, Pisces. You're looking for someone who you can settle down with and get serious. You can't get serious with this dude. They're a player. Let's have a look at, finally, career and money. All right. So, hurt is the Five of Swords energy showing up here when this comes up in a reading for work, for example. Five of Swords is also defeat and conflict with the Five of Swords energy concerning your finances. Let's have a look. But then you've got the Ace of Swords showing up here. The Ace of Swords is communication, and the Ace of Swords is success. So even though I'm seeing some conflicts possibly concerning your finances stroke career, I am seeing with the Ace of Swords energy that this will be resolved, because the Ace of Swords represents a resolution. I feel that this is going to be resolved showing up here. But you've got the Devil, right? So the Devil talks about debt, a chain around your neck, okay? So it might be that you've got some problems going on here with finances, Five of Swords, resolution, finding a resolution or trying to find a resolution with the Ace of Swords energy. Some of you guys might be speaking to debt people or people that you owe debts to, because the Ace of Swords is communication, and the Devil, especially when it comes to money related issues, is debt, and people like credit card people, that type of thing, with the Devil energy showing here. Six of Swords, you're moving away from the Devil. Nice. Moving away from chains. So I feel that though there's been some problems with money, Five of Swords energy showing up here, I think it's going to get resolved with the Ace of Swords for some of you guys, and I feel that you're going to move away from a debt or a problem that you've had with cash. Let's look at the next card here. King of Wands energy showing up here. Some of you guys looking to start a new project maybe, or looking to start a new job, or with the King of Wands energy showing up here. Some of you guys might be seeking some form of advice, business advice maybe, from a King of Wands energy, because you are moving towards, I see you moving on from the Devil, but I see you moving towards the King of Wands. And the King of Wands can be success, it can be, you know, an individual, but the King of Wands is usually like a career individual. So it might also be, if this is work, you've got Five of Swords, so you've got competition and backbiting and bitching and nasty situations in work. A lot of hurt comes with the Five of Swords in work. Ace of Swords showing up here. I think that some of you guys are looking to cut yourself free from this. You're looking to remove yourself from this situation with the Ace of Swords energy. You guys looking to move on, possibly could be from a very domineering boss with that Devil energy. Perhaps the domineering boss is really scathing and nasty with that Five of Swords energy. Maybe you're getting really hurt by this domineering boss. Some of you guys probably looking to get interviewed by another individual. I feel that some of you guys have a problem with work. You have problems with either an evil co-worker with the Five of Swords and that Devil energy, a co-worker with the Devil who is really manipulative, nasty, and Five of Swords says underhanded things to you and really hurts you. And the Ace of Swords, you're like, enough! I'm done. That's it. I'm looking for a resolution. I'm going to move away from these nasty people or this nasty person, and I'm going to try and find someone who, you know, I can perhaps work with. I'm going to go to an interview with this individual here. If it's money issues again with the Five of Swords, it might be that money is getting taken. You're getting charged incredible interest on loans, that type of thing with the Five of Swords energy, because Five of Swords is actually being defeated via somebody who has greater strength than you, which can easily be, you know, somebody in a somebody who is you know, somebody who's a credit card person, or, you know, that, you know, your mortgage people are taking too much money, this, that, and the other. I'm seeing there being a resolution, or you're looking for a resolution, looking Six of Swords for a resolution here. trying to get away from the chains, perhaps. Could be something to do with debt. Somebody's taking too much money and looking maybe to move towards somebody, speaking to someone about this with the King of Wands, somebody who can actually help you. King of Wands is PR as well, internet related stuff. But this is also somebody, he's not a King of Coins or a King of Swords, though. That's the only thing, or even a King of Cups, which is interesting. But you might be trying to find some information, or, you know, moving towards support, for getting support from the King of Wands person, that type of thing. Let's have a quick look at your advice for the week. Universe Spirit, just to finish off, what's the spiritual advice that you have for Pisces? Show me the spiritual advice that you have for Pisces. 15th to the 21st of July 2019, show me. Release jealousy. That's interesting. So it says here, guys, jealousy is an affirmation that you don't have something, and the universe manifests exactly as you affirm. Let other people's successes inspire rather than frustrate you. If they can have it, so can you. I don't know where your jealousy is. The only jealousy card I can see here is the Five of Swords, because that's jealousy. Okay. I mean, you might have to fight against it as well, because you've got the Ace of Swords, which is a weapon. So some of you guys having to fight against jealousy, looking to move away from, or, you know, just bad blood, or people who are out to hurt you. That's the Five of Swords people for you, you know. But you might have to, with the Ace of Swords, fight your ground using your weapon of words to fight against whoever's doing this. Some of you guys wanting to move away from a really nasty individual with the devil energy. A really, you know, a horrible boss, that type of thing. In search of, maybe you're in search of somebody easier. King of Wands is a very funny guy, nice guy. He'd be nice to work for. So some of you guys wanting to move away from a really, either a very restrictive environment, a nasty boss, a nasty co-worker or co-workers, and looking for a really nice individual here. I don't know what this has got to be. Maybe this is something else for some of you guys. Okay. I don't really see jealousy with you guys, and I don't really see you being, I didn't read that as you being, you know, but it could be, you know, it could be with the Five of Swords energy. Maybe you need to cut yourself free from jealousy, move away from the chains and find King of Wands. I don't know. This didn't come across as you, but for some reason it's saying you need to kind of release jealousy anyway. All right, that's your reading, guys. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on the channel, and take care. Bye-bye.